Hello everyone, this is the final Bosman, and on today's episode we're going to celebrate... Don't wait too late. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and this week I'm feeling feelings. I'm feeling excited because this is the week of the PlayStation 4 launch in the United States, anyway. And for that reason, I'm jazzed. I'm pumped. I'm amped. I'm in a good mood about it. I'm staying up late. I'm cleaning up my house, getting ready. Got my hair cut. And so this week, the entire episode is just one simple list. My top 4 reasons why the PlayStation 4 might already be great. Number 1, the controller is different. Good job, Kyle. Good reason. Number 2, no, I mean, I mean it. I think that the controller being different is actually a big deal, especially if you look at this historically, because since 1994, the PlayStation controller has largely been unchanged. And so coming into the E3 this year, when the hardware was set to be revealed, I think a lot of us just assumed the PlayStation controller would look the same as it always has. And it didn't, and there's been a lot of changes for the better. Personally, what's most exciting is that it's larger, so it can fit my grotesque American fingers. But also, as we talked about in an earlier episode, it's got triggers now. It's got, the thumbsticks are further apart, so they're not like knocking against each other, and they're indented. And so yes, they're all minute, they're all silly little things that you probably shouldn't care about. But at the same time, yeah, you should care about this thing. You're spending more time with the controller than with anything else. But beyond that, it's an indication that for the first time in a long time, Sony is willing to change.
Excuse me, sir. I've changed the controller only slightly. I've made the analog sticks further apart so that when these two are next to each other, your thumbs won't touch each other.
Get out of here! How dare you change what has been perfect for us since the year 1994?
Number 2, it doesn't care about used games. So this isn't a dead horse jab at Microsoft. I think that I'm still suspicious of, anyway, that Sony at one point did plan to have used games DRM on the PlayStation 4. And I mean, the rumors were kind of leading that way, and Sony didn't have a patent for used games DRM. So I want to believe that they listened. I want to believe that famous Mortimer's no PS4 DRM hashtag, I want to believe that worked. I want to believe that Sony listened and a bunch of people who's shouting and saying, used games are important to us. I want to believe that actually was important and that they said, oh, well, our customers are probably important. We should take that out. If Sony never planned to do that DRM or enact upon their patent, kudos also, I guess, for staying the same in the one place where it matters. Because now we get used games, and it's weird to feel grateful for a thing that we already had. But in a strange sense, it's, to me, an indication that video games will live longer. And that's always a great thing. That is, yeah, GameStop will be around, but so will Game Dude. And so I'm happy for that. Number 3, it's easy to program for. So I think a lot of what the PS4 is seems to be a lot of what the PS3 wasn't. It seems like a reaction. A sort of admittance that maybe some mistakes were made. And I think that just in its architecture, Sony created this dragon machine where it would grant great power to those who could tame it. And then no one apparently knew how to tame it. It wasn't practical for a third-party developer who has to survive by putting a game on multiple consoles to try to master this cell processing. So, a lot of inferior versions of popular games ended up on the PlayStation 3. And I think thanks in large part to Mark Cerny, the PlayStation 4 is not that. It is a simple machine to program for, apparently. It is a machine that is designed to play games. And so I think we're starting to see some of the benefits of that without getting too specific, because I don't want this to be a next-gen showdown video. PS4, we're starting to see some, some improvements over maybe what some other machines are capable of. And I think that's interesting. I think if you said that 10 months ago, that the better version of a multi-platform game was on a Sony machine, that would have sounded crazy. Hello?
Call of Duty is 1080p on PS4 and 720p on Xbox One.
Who is this? You shut your mouth!
And finally, number 4, Kaz Hirai is the CEO of Sony. So, Kaz Hirai is probably the most powerful CEO in the world who knows how video games work. I don't think that should be understated. That's a big deal. This man started at SCEA in 1995 working on games and has since just climbed, skyrocketed up this corporate ladder, just succeeding everywhere. And now he's CEO and president of Sony, the whole thing, as of 2012. That is crazy. That is a crazy thing that this video games guy is in charge. His perspective is trickling down and some smarter decisions are being made about the PlayStation brand. And I think that's why we're starting to see some of these changes I mentioned, and why Shuhei Yoshida is allowed to do whatever the F he wants, and why this smiley American named Mark Cerny is designing the PlayStation 4. Those things are insane, but they're also incredibly smart, and I think that maybe it's because Kaz Hirai is leading this company. It's encouraging because we're in this time when a lot of people would say that the PlayStation 4 is a fiscally irresponsible product, you know, that tablet gaming is where the trends are going and that console gaming will die. You know, nobody wants that in their living room. It's nice to have a CEO of Sony who knows the value of a PlayStation and understands what console games are about and why we're excited. This excitement wouldn't exist for a tablet. This excitement doesn't exist for tablet games. This website could not exist if all we played was tablet games. This show certainly couldn't. And so, yes, I hope Sony all the best for this launch. It seems like over the course of the past year, they've done so many things right. They've listened and adapted and adjusted. And if it's true, if console gaming as we know it is a doomed business venture, then it looks like Sony's putting up a pretty good fight. It looks like they've constructed a machine that will do a pretty good job, and I'm excited to play it. Sony, great job this year. Thanks for doing all those do's and not doing all those don'ts. Still, the PlayStation 4 will not be great and cannot be great until it has great games, so make sure those are coming. I'm excited for Thursday. Apparently they are. Apparently Thursday night there's gonna be like big reveals. That's what my bosses say. Oh, we got some big reveals, but they don't tell me. Jeff Keighley, he knows all the reveals. He knows all the exclusives for the next 2 years, but they're all locked in his brain. But check that out. I will be watching that, the PS4 All Access Greatness Awaits launch event. It sounds stupid. That sounds like a real dumb name for a show, but apparently there's gonna be some big stuff going on. Basically, everyone, I am feeling genuine excitement, and you know, I'm definitely trying to cling and bathe in this bathtub of hype for as long as I can. And I gotta say, it's a pretty good feeling right now. Anyway, that is the episode for this week. Have a great week, everyone. If you're not in the US and not picking up PlayStation 4 this week, who cares? There's plenty of other fun, great games out there. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle Bosman. I will be back here next week. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, this is I'm Playing Games at Work, Don't Tell My Bossman. On today's episode, I'm getting tappy with the iPad Air. Let's get started. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and this week I'm pretty pumped because the iPad Air has finally been released. Hello? It's upon us, brothers! Not only is this thing thinner, ooh, it's so thin, it can fit in my backpack. But it's also lighter. Ooh, it's so light, it's gonna float into the sky. And not only that, it's faster, so games will never be the same. I can't wait to see what Clash of Clans looks like on this baby.
My face is blowing off. Too much excitement.
Because tablets rule. Today's list, my top 2 reasons why you gotta get an iPad Air. Number 1, processing power. Did you think about that? sorry to get nerdy for a second, but this thing can chunk equipment into itself. It is technology to the max. Can you believe that? I have an imagination, don't I? Top-selling games like Backflip Madness and AE's Duck Dynasty Battle of the Beards, we're gonna change forever, dudes! The experience you have while lying sideways on your couch and watching the crazy ones on CBS will never be the same. You'll be like, why is this so amazing? Is it Robin Williams or is it my iPad Air? I'm sucked into this world! Oh my gosh! There's Duck Dynasty people everywhere! My beard is growing? This is amazing! That is what it feels like, bros. Excuse me, I'm a bro. Oh, I'm sorry to have offended you, sir. I should say. I got voices for days. Number 2, you just feel like you need something. I have all this money. You know, I might as well use it on something, huh? And I like technology. It seems like there's enough improvements here to justify the purchase. You know, because I deserve it. I work hard. I know I make more than my dad did, so I deserve these things. I don't want to be the man I was last year. Okay, and here's something new. This will change things. It's lighter, right? So, I just want to want something. I want to want something. I want this. Let me have this. All right, that's the episode for this week. Bob, did I make you laugh? So basically, what have we learned today? I guess tablets are the best gaming platform of all time. Anyway, if you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle Bosman. Please follow me on Twitter. Please. This is everything I am. Please follow me. Please. Please follow me. Anyway, have fun with your tablets, because everyone knows fun on a tablet is fun for real. What else? Nothing else. I'll be back here next week. Oh no, there's a string coming out of my ear. What's gonna be on the other end? Oh, it's a balloon. Goodbye, balloon. Too much? Not enough. Bye, everybody. Oh, Bush, don't go. Oh no. Please.